I'm sure like you, like that day is etched in my mind. You know, I was
Yeah.
folding laundry. It was a very cold day in Indiana, and I looked at the TV, and there was this breaking news that there was an active shooter in Connecticut. And I sat down on the side of my bed, stopped what I was doing, spent the rest of the day just sobbing and disbelieving what was playing out in the school. And somewhere during the night, that sadness became abject rage. I just woke up the next day and I couldn't do nothing. I had to do something. And so Facebook was very popular in 2012 with middle-aged moms and women. I didn't have a focus group, so I started a page and I called it 1 Million Moms for Gun Control. I was so angry and I didn't know what to do with myself, and I didn't, in Indiana, a red state, have a community of fellow moms and women who felt the same way I did necessarily. I hadn't created that. Women who shared my values, but I did feel like my Facebook friends did. And I just want to be clear, I had 75 Facebook friends. But those 75 people, many of whom I did not know but just met through Facebook, and including women I went to high school with, they felt like I did.
Right.
And they started sharing that with other women who felt
Your
like we
page.
did.
Yep.
This page I created called 1 Million Moms for Gun Control. So I want to be clear, I did not know that 1 Million Moms was an anti-gay group who at the time was trying to get Ellen DeGeneres not to be their JCPenney spokeswoman. I don't know if you remember that whole saga. And then I got a call from Representative Carolyn McCarthy. I couldn't believe I was on the phone with a congresswoman. And if you remember her story, her son and husband were shot in Long Island. And she became a congresswoman because of that.
That's right.
And I picked up the phone and she said to me in her New York accent, "We have been waiting for mothers and women to organize around this, but we sure as hell aren't going to do it with you if you call your organization gun control." Because that was a phrase that was like verboten, right? Inside the Beltway. So we very quickly changed course, and I think within 6 weeks had changed our name to Moms Demand Action. It was one of these moments that happens so much now, but hadn't in 2012, which is when something goes viral. It's like lightning in a bottle.
Like literally in 6 weeks, your whole life changes. You're a suburban middle-aged mom, blending your family, doing some laundry, figuring out what your next job is, and now you're like thrust into organized. And you had never before mobilized, organized, publicly spoke, nothing.